This was my secret weapon to not just survive but thrive in a high stress environment such as strategy consulting in one of the toughest cities in the world. Consulting life can be quite stressful. The problems you're trying to solve in strategy consulting are tough by definition. One time I was talking to a senior partner in the New York office, and I asked him what makes the difference between a successful associate and an unsuccessful associate over the years. And he said, look, it's not how smart you are, it's not competence, because everyone who's in the firm is equally smart. And so I said, okay, then what makes the difference? And he said, it's mindset. Whoever comes in and is able to sustain and endure the mindset of resilience and continuing to move forward wins. I found that amazing, and I thought to myself, that sounds really simple. But then, of course, as I started to read about it and get into this topic of mindset management, I realized it's simple, but it's not easy. And so then I set about finding my process to developing a winner's mindset. Here's the few things I did. The first thing I realized, the messages and the thoughts you feed yourself are the building blocks of a mindset. So instead of just letting your thoughts run, being really mindful of what your mind is consuming is really important. And I came across this podcast called The One You Feed, where the premise is that there's a good wolf and a bad wolf inside each one of us, and they're always at war. And the one who wins is the one you feed. And I just love that sense of agency it implies, right? Which is the fact that every day, with the small choices you make, you can feed the good wolf inside you. So I started to listen to a lot of good podcasts, read biographies of people who had been through challenging circumstances, and really feed myself, whenever I found the moment, positive, inspiring messages. The second thing I did is developed a strict morning routine. Waking up an hour and a half before my regular time, and in that hour I would order my coffee. So I would be staying at hotels, and it was fairly easy to actually order room service or to go down and pick up a cup of coffee. So this morning coffee became a strict part of my routine, which was a nice ritual to kickstart the day. I would do about some stretching. I did some Surya Namaskar in the morning in the hotel room. I would then do meditation for 10 minutes. And this meditation, I was using YouTube in the beginning, then I started to use this app called Insight Timer, and then I tried Headspace for a bit, but usually I was doing Insight Timer. Someone actually in McKinsey at the time had posted an intranet post about the Isha Kriya by Sadhguru, and I found that 15-minute meditation to be really powerful and just helped me distance myself from my anxious thoughts. So that's what I used to do. Coffee, followed by some stretching, followed by some meditation. In or after the meditation, I would also do what's called affirmations. And this would be really boosting myself up for the day to come, which would be things like reminding myself of all the things I've done right. There's behavioral science that now shows that the human mind is actually more inclined to focus on the negative things that have happened in your life than the positive. And so you really have to correct for that. Because of course, evolutionary science will tell you that you're trying to detect threats in your environment. But of course, that's not relevant anymore. And so we have to manage our instincts. And so what I started to do is really remind myself of the things I've done well and boost myself up for the day. The third thing I would do is visualize the challenges ahead. Now, if you do a little bit of planning of your day or week, you usually know if you have a big meeting coming up or a difficult conversation with a colleague or a client. And so what I would do is visualize the anticipated challenges, but also visualize an unanticipated challenge. Visualizing the day ahead was a really powerful technique that helped me feel more in control. And then the last thing was doing the toughest thing first. And what that meant was, I would get, half an hour, let's say in the morning, once I'd had my coffee, once I'd done my meditation, oriented my mind in a way that was actually really geared towards the day, an important email, or starting to list out all the data points I need so I can start to build my Excel model, or listing out or preparing for a key client interview. And so really doing the toughest thing first with that clean head was really helpful. But having this consistency of my routine and consistency of the things I did, which was feeding myself good messages, making sure to wake up early in the morning and getting a head start at the day through proactive meditation affirmations, visualizing the challenges ahead, and then doing the toughest thing first, this really helped me. In the absence of this, I would have crumbled under the pressure of consulting. So this was my secret weapon to not just survive but thrive in a high stress environment such as strategy consulting in one of the toughest cities in the world. I hope you find this useful and can adopt some of this in your life. What strategies have you employed to get by some of your tough moments in life? Please do share in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. Bye.